MSC Cruises has one of the most controversial dining experiences at sea. Ask 10 cruisers what they thought about the food, and you'll probably get 10 completely different answers. Some say MSC serves the best pizza at sea. Others call the buffet disappointing. Some swear by the specialty restaurants, while others insist the main dining room served their best meals of the cruise. So, who's right? After digging through hundreds of recent reviews from Reddit, Cruise Critic, Facebook cruise groups, and YouTube travel channels, one thing became clear. The biggest mistake isn't booking an MSC cruise. It's eating at the wrong places, at the wrong times, and ordering the wrong dishes. In this video, we'll show you where experienced MSC cruisers actually eat, which complimentary meals consistently receive the highest praise, whether specialty dining is really worth paying for, and the mistakes that leave many first-time passengers disappointed. Let's dive in. If you've researched MSC Cruises online, you've probably seen wildly different opinions about the food. One passenger calls it outstanding, the next says it's average. How can the same cruise line produce such different experiences? The answer is surprisingly simple. MSC isn't trying to be Royal Caribbean or Carnival. It's a European cruise line, and that influences almost everything on the menu. Instead of oversized portions and heavily seasoned comfort food, MSC focuses on Mediterranean flavors, fresh pasta, seafood, cured meats, cheeses, olive oils, and lighter desserts. If that's the kind of food you enjoy, you'll probably love it. If you're expecting American-style dining from start to finish, you may walk away disappointed. That's why expectations play such a huge role in passenger reviews. But there's another reason opinions vary so much. Many first-time guests judge the entire cruise based on the buffet alone. Experienced MSC cruisers say that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because while the buffet gets the most criticism, some of MSC's best complimentary meals are found elsewhere. Let's start with the buffet. This is where most passengers eat first, and where many form their opinion of MSC's food. The biggest mistake? Going during peak hours. Around lunch, after shore excursions, or just before dinner, the buffet becomes crowded. Lines get longer, and some dishes spend more time under the warming lights. Repeat cruisers recommend arriving a little earlier or later, when fresh trays are constantly coming out and the atmosphere is much calmer. Timing really does make a difference. One item, however, receives almost universal praise: the pizza. Whether it's Reddit, Cruise Critic, or YouTube, the same compliment appears again and again. MSC serves some of the best pizza at sea. That's hardly surprising for an Italian cruise line. The crust is crisp, the dough is well fermented, and the toppings are simple but balanced. In fact, many repeat passengers admit they skipped specialty dining one night just to grab another slice. Another tip seasoned cruisers swear by is watching which stations are constantly being replenished. Pizza, fresh pasta, carved meats, and grilled items usually turn over quickly, meaning you're getting food that's just been prepared. Meanwhile, less popular stations may sit under heat lamps much longer. It sounds obvious, but choosing the freshest station often makes a noticeable difference. While the buffet gets the most attention, the main dining room is where many passengers completely change their opinion of MSC's food. Across hundreds of reviews, one piece of advice came up again and again: don't judge MSC's food until you've had dinner in the main dining room. Unlike the buffet, meals here are plated individually and served fresh to your table, creating a more relaxed dining experience. But here's the trick experienced cruisers know: order what MSC does best. Since it's an Italian cruise line, dishes like fresh pasta, risotto, seafood, Italian soups, and Mediterranean-inspired entrees consistently receive the highest praise. American-style comfort foods, such as steaks, barbecue, or meatloaf, aren't necessarily bad, but they tend to get more mixed reviews. One veteran cruiser summed it up perfectly: order Italian food on an Italian cruise line. It's simple advice, but it works. Another tip many first-time cruisers don't realize is that if you aren't happy with your entree, you can usually ask your waiter for something else. The dining staff genuinely wants you to enjoy your meal, and most are happy to accommodate reasonable requests whenever possible. In fact, friendly service is one of the things passengers praise most consistently across the fleet. Desserts, however, remain one of MSC's most divisive topics. If you enjoy lighter European-style sweets like tiramisu, panna cotta, fruit tarts, or gelato, you'll probably be happy. But if you're expecting oversized chocolate cakes loaded with frosting every night, the dessert selection may feel a bit restrained. One dessert that almost everyone recommends, though, is the tiramisu. Whenever it's on the menu, it's worth ordering. So, is specialty dining actually worth paying for? The short answer is yes, but not every night. If you're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, or simply want one memorable dinner, MSC's specialty restaurants are often excellent. But after reading hundreds of passenger reviews, one pattern stood out. Many repeat cruisers book just one specialty meal, or even none at all, and still leave satisfied. That's because once they learned which complimentary venues they enjoyed most, they no longer felt the need to pay extra every evening. If you do decide to splurge, these restaurants receive the strongest recommendations. Butcher's Cut is the go-to choice for steak lovers, with consistently praised premium cuts and well-prepared sides. Kaito Sushi and teppanyaki is another favorite, especially on newer ships, earning high marks for fresh sushi and entertaining teppanyaki performances. And on MSC World Europa and MSC World America, Chef's Garden Kitchen has quickly become one of the fleet's standout dining experiences, thanks to its fresh ingredients and hydroponically grown herbs cultivated on board. But here's the important takeaway. Specialty dining should be viewed as an upgrade, not a requirement. Many experienced MSC cruisers say you can eat extremely well without spending another dollar, as long as you know where to eat and what to order. So, what are the biggest mistakes that leave first-time passengers disappointed? Let's go through the 5 most common ones. Mistake number 1. Comparing MSC to other cruise lines. One of the biggest reasons passengers leave mixed reviews has nothing to do with the quality of the food. It's the comparison. If you've sailed with Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, or Celebrity, it's easy to expect MSC to offer the same dining experience. But MSC has its own identity. Its menus lean heavily toward Italian and Mediterranean cuisine. Portions are often a little more restrained, and desserts tend to be lighter and less sweet. Instead of asking, "Is this as good as another cruise line?" ask yourself, "Is this a good version of what MSC is trying to serve?" That simple shift in expectations changes the experience for many first-time cruisers. Mistake number 2. Playing it safe. Another common pattern from experienced passengers is that many first-time guests order the same familiar foods every day: burgers, fries, grilled chicken, pizza. Then they conclude the food is average. Meanwhile, other guests are enjoying handmade pasta, fresh seafood, risotto, antipasti, and regional Mediterranean dishes that rarely get mentioned in online reviews. MSC generally shines when it serves the cuisine it knows best. So if you're willing to step outside your comfort zone, there's a good chance you'll enjoy the food much more. Mistake number 3. Skipping the main dining room. Some passengers spend their entire cruise eating almost exclusively at the buffet. While that's certainly convenient, they're also missing one of MSC's strongest complimentary dining experiences. The main dining room offers freshly plated meals, changing nightly menus, attentive service, and a much more relaxed atmosphere. Even if you prefer casual dining most of the time, try eating there at least once or twice. It may completely change your opinion of MSC's food. Mistake number 4. Assuming specialty dining is required. This misconception appears surprisingly often online. Yes, MSC's specialty restaurants are excellent, but they're not essential. Many repeat cruisers only book one specialty dinner, or none at all, and still leave completely satisfied. Think of specialty dining as a bonus, not something you have to purchase to enjoy good food on board. Mistake number 5. Judging the entire cruise by one bad meal. No cruise line gets every dish right. Even luxury cruise lines receive complaints from time to time. If one dinner isn't your favorite, don't assume the rest of your cruise will be the same. Try another venue. Order something different. Ask your server for recommendations. Many passengers who were disappointed on the first night later described the rest of the cruise's dining as excellent. Sometimes, it's simply a matter of finding the dishes that match your taste. So, after reading hundreds of passenger reviews, watching countless cruise vlogs, and comparing real experiences, what's the verdict? The truth is, MSC's food is neither the best nor the worst at sea. It's simply one of the most misunderstood. If you're expecting oversized portions and American-style comfort food at every meal, you may leave disappointed. But if you appreciate authentic Italian pizza, fresh pasta, Mediterranean flavors, quality breads, cheeses, seafood, and a dining experience that reflects MSC's European roots, there's a very good chance you'll understand why so many repeat cruisers keep coming back. And that's the biggest takeaway. The more you understand how MSC dining works, where to eat, what to order, and when to go, the better your experience is likely to be. If you're planning your first MSC cruise, hopefully this guide helps you skip the trial and error and head straight for the meals that experienced passengers recommend most. If you've already sailed with MSC, let us know in the comments. What's the best meal you've had on board? We'd love to hear your recommendations, and they might help someone planning their very first cruise. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more honest cruise reviews, money-saving tips, and onboard guides. And before you go, if you're trying to decide between MSC's newest megaships, be sure to watch our next video, MSC Yacht Club versus Celebrity Retreat. Which luxury cruise wins? We compare the cabins, dining, service, exclusive perks, and overall value to help you decide which premium cruise experience is truly worth your money. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy cruising!